Thanks for watching ERi-TV, dear viewers. Welcome to our news broadcast. Here are the headlines. Commendable voluntary blood donation activity with partners. Vocational training for college students. China, Pakistan, Iran hold counter-terrorism talks in Beijing. Rising temperatures, plastics, overfishing threaten the oceans. In our domestic news, the National Blood Transfusion Center, in collaboration with partners, particularly the National Voluntary Blood Donation Association, is conducting effective undertaking in collecting and supplying safe blood to hospitals. The statement was made by Dr. Johannes Takaste, Medical Director of National Blood Transfusion Center. In an interview conducted with ERINA in connection with the International Blood Donation Day to be observed on 14 June, Dr. Johannes said that the National Blood Transfusion Services is equipped with high-tech equipment and is working to collect and supply safe blood to hospitals across the country, indicating that voluntary blood donation activities are augmenting as a result of the increased awareness of the society. Dr. Johannes stated that the registration of the full data regarding the information of voluntary blood donors is helping in the facilitation of the activities of the center. He further noted that effort is being conducted to equip the National Blood Transfusion Services with modern installations with a view to develop and advance the activities of the center. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in Sawa and higher educational institutions organized a vocational training program for 326 Eritrean institutions of technology college students, including 147 girls. The training program included video editing, sign language, Arabic, as well as graphics and electronics. At the graduation ceremony conducted on 6 and 7 June, Ms. Mansoura Ismail, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in Sawa and higher educational institutions, stated that the objective of the training program was to equip the students with skills of their choice alongside their academic pursuit. Professor Gabrai Asgadom, Dean of the College of Natural Science, and Dr. Kahasai Nuguse, Dean of the College of Engineering and Technology, on their part, commended the initiative undertaken by the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students and called on the students to actively participate in the training programs. Representatives of the trainees on their part underlined the significance of the training program and their future academic endeavors and further expressed conviction to live up to expectations. Chairman of the Association of the Eritrean Deaf Community, Mr. Walda Mikhail Sele, on his part, said that the sign language training program organized by the union branch will play a significant role in narrowing the gap between the hearing and the deaf. He called for its sustainability. Prizes and certificates were handed over to participants. The residents of Atukwala subzone and members of the Eritrean Defense Force are engaged in an extensive dirt road renovation activity. According to the reports, the flood-damaged dirt roads that have been difficult for transportation interlink several villages, including Adi Gu'ur, Adi Ragudi, Adi Gadaf, Kudo Mbasha, Mbashahul, Adi Sayobo, and Ndagargish. The popular campaign is expected to alleviate the socio-economic conditions of the residents that have been affected by the flood-damaged dirt roads that has been difficult for transportation. Speaking to ERINA, Mr. Eritrea, administrator of Ndagargish district, commended the residents and members of the EDF and further called for concerned institutions to bring about a permanent solution to the issue at hand. Those are domestic news. Please stay tuned for the international news right after the short break. China, Pakistan and Iran held their first trilateral meeting on counter-terrorism in Beijing. The Chinese as well as Pakistani foreign ministry said in a statement the three countries had in-depth exchanges on the regional counter-terrorism situation and decided to hold the meeting on a regular basis. The ministry said the delegations held detailed discussions on the regional security situation, particularly the threat of terrorism faced by the region. Last month, Pakistan had also held trilateral talks with China and Afghanistan in Islamabad. Fisheries and climate change pose major threats to the health of the ocean. Scientists have said average global sea surface temperatures have increased by approximately 0.13 degrees Celsius per decade over the past 100 years, according to the U.S. National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. Plastic pollution is another big threat to oceans, according to the International Union of Conservation of Nature. At least 14 million tons of plastic end up in the ocean every year, and plastic makes up 80% of all marine debris found from surface waters to deep sea sediments. Environmental advocates continuously welcomed the outcome of 5 days of UN talks in Paris on plastic pollution, but expressed concern that the petroleum industry and some governments would water down the eventual treaty. Most plastic is made from fossil fuels. Let's take a look now at the recap of tonight's headlines. Commendable voluntary blood donations activity in collaboration with partners. Vocational training for college students in Sawa. China, Pakistan, Iran hold counter-terrorism talks in Beijing. Rising temperatures, plastics, overfishing threaten the oceans. That was our news. It is good night from us.